Okay, I made a new world again, but this time I spawned on the beach of an ocean, so I'm gonna keep this world. I'm gonna try really hard not to, you know, like do something really stupid and throw it all away. I guess, I'll try not to do that again. Yeah, but here's my coordinates. See, I'm only like 500 blocks away from spawn. Also, I noticed in my ocean over there, I think that's one of those temples. I'm on 30 render distance right now, and damn, my computer cannot handle it. This mountain right here, I think that's where I'm building my castle. Why does this like look so good for some reason? Am I crazy? Kind of reminds me of those tilt shift videos. The only thing I'm a little worried about up there, they have that like new snow that you kind of fall into, and it's kind of like a quicksand, but it's snow. That could be annoying. Could be. I mean, I guess technically I could probably just replace it with regular snow, right? We're gonna kind of come in here. We got a little oceanside view of our castle. It's so good. Oceanside view. The only thing I dislike, really, is the fact that it's next to a savanna. That's a little gross, right? But oh shit! Oh shit! We got a sick ass cave right castle, dude. Honestly, this sick ass cave right here may have just like saved. How do I word this? Like saved my my death in my world delete, like normally that'd be a bad thing, but I found this really cool spot, so maybe it's a good thing, right? I mean, to be honest, I was really satisfied with a lot of things in my previous world. I like the river and the canal and all that. But it wasn't like that special or anything, really. Okay. Let's see, does this go somewhere cool? Is this like an inland river? Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is. That's good news. I wonder if that goes to the sick cave. Maybe the sick cave is like connected over here. I like this too. It's like, this is way cooler than that dinky little tiny canal that I dug myself through the sand. This is a lot better. Now the only thing is the river doesn't really seem to be going towards my mountain. You see what I'm saying? Maybe I could have a little like tower here, just be like, hey, like a little outpost for lookouts, defenders of the realm, the first responders, or what you call that, first responder? Dude, what the frick? Oh frick, I'm gonna die, no! Oh my god. You Whatever. I'll meet you back over there. Wait a second, I don't think I went far enough. Do you see a sick mountain anywhere? I didn't go the wrong way, did I? Did I just like go the wrong way? I'm starting to feel a little like a little wishy-washy, maybe you could say. A little unsure. I'm pretty sure I just heard an arrow, a bow and arrow shoot at me. It's a little scary. Is that my mountain? It looks like my mountain. Yeah, I recognize this thing. The boot of my mountain. I like it. It's like a nice stone kind of foundation. It's like, this is not something you just like pull up in a boat and get off at, you know what I mean? The only way you're getting up there is if you have like a harpoon gun with a rope attached to it. And there's my mountain. Looks like we got a nice little cave. I wonder if that's connected to the big cave. I'm excited and I would say nervous, but I don't really care that much. But on the other hand, if it is connected to the cave, the big cave, that would be really cool. Like really cool. It'd be so much better than just not being connected to it and making me like hollow it out and do a bunch of work. That was one of the things I hated about my last world. I think the first thing I'm gonna do on this world, by the way, probably look for spruce trees first. I'll grow some 4x4s spruce, and then I'll use all the wood to make one of those mob farms like on my last world. You know the one. CBs are another thing I never actually got to on my last world. I was so busy like thinking about what to do and stuff. That was another thing about my last world, is like it was a really big area that I had to work with, which is kind of it's a little, I mean it's good in the long term, but on the other hand it's not necessary long term, and it's a little intimidating, and you know, it's like it's just not ideal, I don't think. Damn, we made a full recovery. Okay, cool. This is our phallic island. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Always gotta have a phallic island. Always gotta have a floating handgun. You know, gotta have a floating handgun. We got ourselves a nice lake here. Looks like some potential spots maybe for some other castles on top of hills. I mean, hell, I could just have a bunch of castles in my world. Different kingdoms and things. Looks like we have maybe some jungle over there. Could be useful for some things. I guess jungle trees could be an alternative to spruce for the mob farm as well. Can I get my very impressive shovel? That's pretty cool. That's like a dripstone. They got some dripstones there. That's pretty cool. This world's a lot cooler than my last one, I feel like. I mean, it's a really sick. It's got a lot of mountains. It's got the rivers. It's got everything I like. I love rivers. Especially new rivers in Minecraft, like 1.19 rivers. Oh, yeah. Oh, we got horses. Got horses, we got jungles. We got... Let's see. We already have a natural sugarcane farm for some reason. Like that. Oh great. The jungle's on fire. Let's make sure we get a bamboo before it all burns down. Right. I'd love a... Oh, here's one thing I would love. And honestly... Wait, is that jungle? Yeah. I'm just gonna get some stone. This is stupid. Let's get some stone. 1, 2, 3. I want to get at least 6 right now. Okay, you know what? You piece of crap. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna get some more just because I can. It's right here and I'm gonna need it. Yes, I am. I'm kind of considering leaving mob griefing on in this world. I don't know if there's like a way to just... I can't really find a great way just to get intermins off, if I don't know. But I don't know, it kind of feels like to be... Wait, where did I get... Oh, sick, dude. I'll make some shears. I'll make a sword. I will make a shovel. I will put this on. Let's see. I didn't even notice I had all that iron. I'm a fool. Do I have any food? Potatoes? No, not really. One thing I need to find in this world still is a village. That would be a good one to do. Good one to have. I'm trying to find a tree that's like... I think this one's pretty uncomplicated. I'm just looking to get 4 saplings just so... I don't know, if I want to make like an underground tree farm or something. Found a mangrove swamp thing over here for what it's worth. Oh, a village. Nice. We're not too far away. I just went down the river a little bit. I'm a little bit worried about getting lost because I'm just going through so many rivers, you know. A lot of them have a lot of different branches. This is cool. You have the mangrove swamp, it backs up to a big cliff, and then you got the little village here where it's surrounded by the scary swamp. God damn, dude, why am I so laggy? This is horrible, man. I don't know if it's just because I'm recording. What am I on? 18 chunks? That's too much? Is it because I'm recording? Well, here's my first village. Check it out. Looks like we got some... I like this too. Look, a little path straight over to the swamp. Excuse me. Thank you for welcoming me into your village. Now I'm just gonna go into all your houses and take everything I can. You don't mind, right, guys? Check this out. This is a gamer move. Okay, I also really like this river over here. And how the, you got all the little docks. This place is cool, man. I'm definitely gonna be kidnapping some dudes from here. I can tell you that much. Unfortunately, they're very destitute over here. Maybe that house is some something worth my time. Should I get some more wolf first? Jesus Christ, it's so laggy. This is just not okay. Oh, is this another ocean over here? That would be interesting. Potentially very useful. Something to keep in mind. Can I, oh, I can. I don't need feathers. Okay. That's like a big crescent moon. I could see there being like a sign here for an inn hanging on it. This is kind of weird. Somehow, like, I just feel like I'm on the edge of the world. It's kind of an abstract feeling, I guess. Okay, back to the village. We've got houses to rob. I really should be mining this coal everywhere too, but you know. You don't want to trade me? That ain't cool. Alright, well there's nothing else to see here, I guess. So I've managed to light up the cave quite a bit. Oh god, I'm about to die. I have no food. Well, this clip is ruined. I'll try again in a second. Got a little farm going here. We got beetroot, carrots, wheat, and potatoes. Got those all from the village. Also got pumpkins. I thought I had melons, but maybe I ate them all like an idiot. Oh, apparently my cows can just walk on this. Oops. And I got myself a little house. Okay. Now I can, is this the same guy I should be? Yeah. Now I can show you the thing I found in here. First of all, this cave right here pretty much is extremely deep. Like all the way to the bottom, I think. I still haven't really checked like what's up there. I haven't looked for any like opening for the snowy mountain, but if you come down here, you will see the thing that killed me on my last world. Yep, Deep Dark. It's right there, the ancient city. Oh man. That skeleton just jumped to his death. There's just so much cave to light up. Oh my god. Oh my god, no! Just swim up, my friend. Swim up and eat. Every time I come in here, I light it up a little more. These baked potatoes really suck, by the way. I don't know what it is. They just... It's like you're instantly hungry again. I reckon... Maybe up there. Oh my god. Scared me. Oh, that's good. I need 2 pieces of string for a fishing pole. Figure that would help me get some meat going. Maybe I'll get some like random really good stuff that'll help me kind of get started. I also really want to kill this Enderman. Oh, there's snow. That's a good sign. I want to kill the Enderman, but I need to set up a roof. There we go. Yeah, come here and get an ass kicking. Yep. Oh, I guess mob griefing is on. I didn't notice it with the creepers. And I'm out of food, okay. There's my snow-capped mountain, and here's the hole. So that really is the mountain. It's got this giant cave under it, so now I just gotta think like, oh crap, let me out, please. Oh Jesus. I need to look up how this works. Jesus Christ, man. Can you let me out? Jesus. I think the first thing I'm gonna have to do here is just get like a foundation for my castle. I'm gonna have to start thinking of a plan, but I probably won't come over here and build until I have like my, well, I was gonna say until I have my mob system, but now that I think of it, I wonder where my mob system should be. I was also thinking, where should my storage room be? I was kind of torn between storage room being in my castle up there, storage room possibly being in like a warehouse, like a dock warehouse type thing. Maybe that area could be a port for the ocean. And then the third idea was in here, just because this is like the seaside entrance to my cave. Probably the thing that I should do is the castle should be connected to this cave, and then I should extend this waterway all the way over there to the bottom of the stairs or ladder or whatever. Probably the best way to do it is, since it's a castle, let's say you have like a spiral staircase, or like, you know, a Minecraft spiral staircase, which is just like spiraling down in a square. You could just have it continue down from the ceiling into here, and then you could maybe make into like a giant dungeon, right? Maybe that could be like a little goal for this world, you know, since I feel so lonely on these single player worlds. Maybe I can like trap all the mobs in my dungeon or something like that. But yeah, those are my ideas so far for this world. I just got some saplings. I'm going around doing the whole, you know, New World thing. Actually, I got one jungle sapling from cutting down a whole jungle tree. And I grew a one sapling jungle tree with it, and then I didn't get a single sapling back. So with jungle trees, I really think you gotta get 4 to start. And maybe if you're unlucky, that's not gonna even be enough. I should probably tame these wolves. I'll probably come back and do that after I get my the first thing I'm gonna be working on is the mob farm, and probably like a tunnel or caving a little bit maybe. Right now I'm just looking for that jungle again. I know it's this way past the phallus. I'm gonna go ahead and make some torches real quick. I'm gonna stick one on you just to, you know, I like to make put little torches where I've been, so I know where I've been, you know how to get back and all that. So where is this jungle? Is that it? It's on the left, I know that much. Oh yeah, there's that really cool mountain. I was thinking it might be cool to just have this river right here This could be like the like what I build on, you know. Is that a dead end? Yes. Yeah, I remember. That's a dead end. I'll put a torch right here. Oh, I remember this. This is the tree I cut down. There's the evidence. My wood axe that still isn't despawned because I don't come over here. Actually, maybe I'll get some saplings from this. I only got one sapling out of this tree right here. Probably shouldn't have come at night. Oh well. I don't really understand how these, like these one block trees, are these jungle trees? That's jungle wood, right? But I thought I got an oak sapling from one of these, so I'm not exactly sure how that works. I found... Whoa, that was so laggy. That was weird. I found this. I don't... To be honest, I don't quite know what this is. Like... I saw that squid, I swear to God, I thought that was an Enderman swimming. I was like, oh my god. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what this is, but hey, buried treasure map. Although... What the hell was that? What? It said buried treasure map, but it was just a map called buried treasure map. I'm so confused. What the hell was that, dude? Just a little tiny bit down the coast, I found this village. Oh, saddle. I didn't even know saddles. I didn't really know that they spawned in villages, to be honest. This village is much better than most. Normally I just don't find any chests at all. Hey, we needed this. So is a dumbass. And I ate all the other melons I got. Ooh, hiccups. Ugh. I just ate chili. And a fudge sickle. There's the chest. Good, good, good. Isn't this like the rarest item in the game or something? I thought I remember hearing some YouTuber say that. Dude, I'm gonna display this thing. Got some more of this glazed terracotta. Seriously? Okay. I'm gonna take this. What do I not want? Stone axe. Okay, I guess it's back to exploring. Isn't this kind of interesting? It's like New Orleans, you know, below sea level. Why would you build this tree here? It's below sea level. Okay, anyway. So the treasure... I think it's like here. Maybe. Oh, yep. No! think I would rather have sand than cobblestone. Dang, this thing is packed. I just found a wandering trader with cactus. Just randomly on the beach. It's pretty cool. Oh man. I tried exploring that and yeah, there were some harpoon dudes. I lost my boat. Found another one of these things, but all it had was a fishing pole with Unbreaking 3 in it. I found a double village. That's pretty cool, right? We got village over here, and then we got one over here. They're actually both on the same river as well. It's pretty cool, I guess. And I got my first horse. If I can find it. Found an underwater portal. Nothing good in it. Mushrooms, nice. This is like right by my base too. I'm so glad I found Mushroom Island. Another one, like I found one in my last world without having to like locate it with the console. And I thought it, you know, that could be like one of those things that's really hard to find. I'm glad I found one. Okay, here's the first one. My first diamonds. There we go. We've got an enchanting table. What? How does that make any sense? Please stop. Stop putting your torches everywhere, you freaking moron. Okay. Oh, I got rid of the map, didn't I? Well, that's not the smartest idea. Oh my god, it exists. Jesus Christ, that's a lot. I don't know what that noise is, but I hate it. Oh man, I don't know if there's anything in this world as tilting as trying to ride a horse through a forest at night and the game is lagging every 2 seconds. Yep, I finally got my horse home. Don't have a lead yet, so I guess I'll just stick him here. That was a long expedition. What did I get from it? 3 Heart of the Sea, some maps, Prismarines, enchanting table, 3 brewing stands, acacia saplings, the most rare item in the game, the tall grass, a bee nest. This one I think actually has a bee in it because I took it off a tree at night and it was buzzing. I got spruce saplings, I need that now. And water breathing, a silk touch book, some TNT, almost a stack of iron. I might need to make some armor to go caving. Cactus. Got a couple of blast furnaces. Okay. Some lapis. That was from a chest somewhere. Got the dark oak saplings too. Melon seeds. Bells. I think I'm going to use this map right here. Okay, I'm about 1,000 blocks away from my house. This is another one of these caves where you can just ride a boat right in. And it also goes down to the ancient city. It's pretty interesting, I guess. It's also freaking tall. These caves are kind of crazy. It's like just these huge mountains and then they're hollow. It's cool. Don't really have much use for this right now though. Found a donkey, couple of them. Taking it back to my base right now. Just left it in this village here. Didn't really have anything here. I have some bookshelves that I didn't steal. I should probably do that real quick. So I went down in my cave and lit it up a bunch. And I went all the way down to the ancient city level. I didn't go in the ancient city, but I managed to find 3 diamonds down there. And I had 2 already from, was it like a like a buried treasure or something? I don't know. So yeah, then I have this little lava pool. My base is right over there, like 100 blocks. Just on the bottom of this mountain here. So yeah, just over here gathering up. I'm just gonna get enough for I was just gonna get enough for a portal and an enchanting table. I'm kinda having second thoughts, I don't know. Looks like the Endermen want me to make a grass farm down here, you know. It's time for my first trip into the Nether. Oh no. You can tell I just got here because the lava's just spawning in. Looks like we got a red mushroom biome that way. You know, I'm gonna just get rid of you. It's not a very, it's not exactly a very, I mean, it's not very open. I don't really have anywhere I feel like I can easily go. I just died to the warden. Found a couple more diamonds over here. I'll just keep that in mind for later after I have fortune. Just got my first redstone. Ooh. Just found my first geode. Still kind of just looking for the ancient city. Like, okay, I gathered all my stuff and I'm going back. I'm actually getting some use out of this silk touch shovel that I found. I'm kind of worried that I don't have enough wood, but I mean, what are you gonna do, you know? Hopefully I have enough. I'll take these jungle planks in case I need to, like, make the trapdoors out of jungle wood or something. Now I'm just gonna go find some random spot out in the ocean, I guess, and build the thing. Things are going pretty well here. I'm just kind of mid-construction. Thought I'd show it off. We got our mountains right over there. You can't see it because they're in your distance, but we got a nice little view here of a little ocean temple. Still have not ever explored one of those, and I'm not sure what kind of loot they have, if any. I'll figure it out someday. Okay, I'm done. The mob system's all set up. Now I just need to set up the enchanter and all that crap. Thinking I'll put it here. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna have these. $28, dang. Need just a few more books, I guess. That's not a problem though. I think I'll just put some torches behind these. I guess I'll show you the rest when I finish it up. It's not going to be anything too different from the old one though. Okay, I'm all done for now. I have not run across a grindstone in a village yet. I assume you can just make those. I don't know the recipe though. Right, an anvil. I don't have any iron either. Ugh, I should probably work on the iron farm next. That's something I never got around to in my old world, and it was like, yeah, I really should just get on that. Okay, got everything I need now. Gonna go for fortune on my pick. close. Well, I mean, it's not really close, but what I meant was it's a good pick, but it's not what I needed. I do like that. I kind of want to keep it, but I really gotta go hard on Fortune 3, I think. Got it. I was just up on that thing. I think it was 3. Well, you could probably tell by how much lapis I have. I don't think those are. I think it was like 3 enchants after, and I got the Fortune. Like so top tier enchants. I think they're pretty garbage. Here's the first one. One extra, nice. Here's the next one. The sad thing is there's definitely a few of them that I just saw and will never be able to find again. I think there was one around here. No? Here. So I got 4 extra from those 2 groups, I think. That's pretty cool. Pretty good. I think I had some... I don't know, it's a freaking shrieker in here somewhere, man. It's kind of pissing me off. The shrieker goes off every time it comes through, right? Frick you, buddy. Problem solved. Just got gold for the first time, apparently. First chest in the ancient city. Get 2 diamond armors. Let's see. Oops. Can I get something else good? This disc that I've still never heard. I never figured out what these do either. Okay. Coming up on another couple chests. I've had 5 chests all very, very close to each other. So I've actually been feeling pretty lucky over here. I don't really know what those are still. But hey, I got them now. Whatever the heck they are. Don't know how many fragments I need. I'm guessing 9 would be enough, no matter what, to craft something. Wonder if that's always going to be a skeleton. Dang it. Okay, gonna keep looking for more chests. Speaking of looking for more chests, I found one. I'm gonna be smart because there's lava. Another one of those. Oh, nice, mending diamond pants. It's actually really good. So sneak one, okay. Okay, next chest. Trash. Trash. I don't actually have very many name tags on this world. That was pretty much trash chests, though, not gonna lie. Because I don't really care about anything in it. And I had to use like most of my blocks to get to it. I already looted this, and this is all there was. I just left it there. I'm an idiot. Well, I guess I'll have to come here
That was a pretty good
on my real world now to see what was in there. Wasn't really trying for anything specific, but I'm happy with the Snake 3 and these pants. This. Anything with mending on it, I'm happy. The discs, bunch of saddles, bunch of name tags. I mean, yeah. I still have to look up what this and this is for, though. But yeah, nice little trip. Okay, I was somehow able to guess the recipe on this. I am curious if there's like multiple discs. Fortunately, I don't have diamonds for a record player right now. I made a creative world because a creative copy of my world just so I could fly around and look at things and kind of want to like get a lay of the land, you know. And I was following my ocean, and it comes out. This is just farther than where I've been, actually. We got reefs. This is the first time I've ever seen reefs in Minecraft. Honestly, I didn't even know they exist. Well, I mean, I knew there was coral, but I'd never seen them before. And then we also have a natural desert here. We got some cactuses. So how do I want to do my castle? Well, I kind of of two minds, sort of. Like, you kind of have to decide what do you want in your castle, you know, or where do you want your castle. Like, do you want it something freaking huge, like, you know, several hundred blocks long or something, or do you just want it on the very tippy top of the peak, kind of in this area, you know? I was thinking maybe like from here to here could be a good point for the castle, and then I was kind of thinking maybe like this ledge right here could have like a wall and be kind of part of it, and then maybe it could like go into a road that kind of comes up like this. And that would be pretty sick. I like that idea. I think it's pretty important to have the castle come to maybe either about here, or maybe you could have it like right here, you know, so that way you can see it from the ocean. That's important because you can see this cave, so it should be good enough. Speaking of caves, turns out in Adventure Time, I haven't seen the Ice King's castle in a long time, and I looked up. It's not really a castle, it's just a hollow mountain with a face on it. And he like flies into the eyeball, and then it's like a little hobbit hole on a mountain. Yeah, so I can't really take much inspiration from that unless I literally want to do that. Like, I could hollow out another eyeball and then a mouth, and then I could just recreate it. But I don't really want to do that. I'm working on my castle in creative mode here, and I found a super huge cave. I've been over here. I've been here by water, so I've been very close, but I never actually saw it before. And I got to it from like, I don't know, somewhere like on the coast over there, I think. Either that or it was like maybe on this mountainside here. I don't quite remember, but okay, so you come in here and immediately you got this huge cave. It pretty much goes all the way down to like ancient like Skulk levels, you know. And then we have the biggest lava lake I've ever seen outside of the Nether. It's kind of sad that all these random water flows kind of ruined it a little bit. But hey, what are you gonna do? Well, we have the sea entrance over here. I was thinking I kind of wanted the path up to the castle to kind of like come down like this. Like, let me just lay it out. So let's just say there's like a path that just kind of like comes up here, and then from here kind of comes up here, you know, maybe it snakes around a little bit, and then from here you could either snake it around some more, perhaps all the way around if you wanted to go like all the way around. But I think the more kind of reasonable path would just be to kind of like go up here, something like this maybe. And then from here you could just kind of go straight to the front door of the castle. It should be somewhere like there maybe. And then the castle, I was kind of thinking it could go as far down as say here, but I'm not sure about that. Maybe it would make more sense just to like be more simple with it, just have the castle over here, you know. That would, I mean, I think that would make sense. Maybe we could somehow incorporate this ravine into the like, I don't want to say the interior of the castle, but like it would be the interior of the mountain, but the exterior of the castle, but the interior of like the castle walls maybe. So, but the only problem is the entryway. This natural entryway is so high up that doesn't really make it doesn't really lend itself well to my idea in a sense. Unless I want to like make another one of these weird path things up to there, I could do that. Maybe there'd be a little path down to here. It's like, what am I gonna do over here, you know? I'm gonna have like ice walls or something. Maybe I could have a tower here, And then I could have like, I could have a tower here, and maybe there could be a little wall. There could be a little wall from here to here. There could be a tower on top of here, and then some walls, and then that could be like the edge of the castle. Kind of like that idea. So we're gonna say there's gonna be a tower here. There's gonna be some kind of like not like a wall here. I don't know exactly how. Then we're gonna have a tower here. Be a big old wall here. Maybe made of ice, maybe stone, maybe quartz. Not sure yet. It could be a chance to kind of break up the texture game a little bit. And then this is a tower, and then the wall continues over here. I don't think I need to like record the entire planning process, but I do feel like I've gotten a lot of ideas. Kind of at least gotten some like ideas down, you know. It's a lot. It's a lot to kind of plan this whole thing out. I am worried that I'm getting a little too like, you know, big, large in scale. I don't know if that's wise. I feel like with a castle, don't you kind of want it to be kind of as tall as it is wide? So if I'm making it all huge like this, I don't know if it's gonna work. I'm a little worried about it. What if I had like a stone castle, like stone down here, and then it transitions into like marble when it gets snowy? But that just looks stupid. I don't know. Oh, there's so much to think about. I'm just gonna think for a bit.